Okay, hello, and thanks for taking the time to view this video. I'd just like to take you on a quick tour of my MR2, which is currently up for sale. See the YouTube description text for a link to my advertisement. Okay, this is a 1990 Toyota MR2 SW20 model, which is an Australian delivered first revision of this particular body shape. And it's also the first car in Australia to have a completed 3-litre V6 conversion, but more on that in a moment. Now the motor is a 3VZ FE quad cam V6 3-litre, which is from a 1996 Toyota Camry, and originally this car had a 3SGE, which is a 2-litre non-turbo. The conversion was done, it started in December 06 and was finished in April 07, and then that motor, which turned out to have a blown head gasket, was just rebuilt with ARP studs and genuine Toyota head gaskets, and was finished just last week. The gearbox is a S54, which is the standard 5-speed gearbox. It has a modified flywheel to suit the V6 conversion. There's an Exity HD clutch. The power rated for this motor is 145 kilowatts at 5,000 RPM at the flywheel, and this car dynoed 116.8 rear wheel kilowatts, and the dyno plot showed that the air fuel ratios were very rich, so there's room for improvement with that. The body of the car is basically, it's a target top. It's the factory super red colour. It's been resprayed in April 09. The turret section, basically everything above the doors, as you can see, is black, and this is done in the style of the very latest revision MR2, which was done with silver and black, and it was called Sonic Shadow, so it was the inspiration for this colour scheme. It has the Trust/G-Ready style side skirts, late spec taillights from a Gen 5 half cut, late spec front indicators also from a Gen 5, and the front lips from a Gen 3. The car chassis does have 274,000 Ks on it. I mean, that's obviously a lot, but it's in fairly good condition considering. A lot of things have been replaced and repaired over the years, as you do, and not forgetting that the motor's just been rebuilt. It has a custom 2.5-inch exhaust into a 5-Zygon dual tip muffler, which is fairly quiet. It's not too, certainly not illegal. It did actually pass the engineering test for sound. But if you wanted to make further improvements, that's also an area which it could be done. The air intake is a pod filter, which is down in the left side vent and has a shroud around it, and it's also part of the engineering certificate. Wheels and suspension, you're looking at 17-inch by 7.5 wide, 32 offset front wheels. These are Enkei RPO ones, and the rears are 18 by 8.5 wide, plus 35 offset. Front tyres are Toyo Proxys 3, and I think they're 215 35 profile, and they've got plenty of tread, as you can see as well. And the rear ones are not particularly great tyres, but they're also got very good tread, as you can see, 235 40, that size. The car is slightly lower than standard. The springs are an unknown brand, but certainly a fair bit stiffer than stock. It gives a very good handling characteristic without being too tough. The front shocks are KYB AGX adjustables, and the rears are OEM Toyota ones. There's also the strut brace in the rear from the turbo model. The brakes are standard with street pads, and now keeping in mind that the standard brakes are the same that are fitted to the turbo model of this year, so they're certainly up to the task of stopping the car with the V6. The car is also the winner of the Toy Mods I'd Drive It award at Toy Mods Toy Fest 07, which is a car show in Sydney. And as I was mentioning earlier, it's been fully engineered with a certificate from a qualified automotive engineer, so everything's all the modifications on the car are legal. Okay, this is the interior of the car. As you can see, it's in pretty good condition generally. The seats are in good condition, as you can see, without any rips or tears or holes in them. The center console has been replaced. The Pioneer CD player there. 6-inch speakers in the doors. That's a genuine leather red stitched gear boot. Steering wheel from a later model Gen 3 MR2. Dashboard, all the electrics are working well. There's actually an engine start button there, you can see just to the left of the steering wheel. And the dashboard LEDs light up blue. And there's also a center console storage bin here, as you can see. So plenty of room for everything that you'll need, including the space behind the seats, which is actually quite a bit. There's some storage boxes back there too. With some footage from inside the car as we're driving. Once again, have a look at the YouTube description text for a link to the sale ad if you haven't already found it.